Welcome to my channel. Today we have another apartment tour video for you right in downtown Seattle. This apartment is at the edge of downtown, right by Belltown and South Lake Union. Via 6 is right on 6 and Lenora, and is right across the Amazon spheres, and is also close to many different Amazon offices, including the Day 1 building, which is the location of the office of Amazon's CEO. So if you're really lucky, you might spot the man himself wandering around.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Although today, Andy Jassy is CEO, so you're unlikely to see Bezos hanging around his old office. But if you work at Amazon, or you love to feel like you're right in the action of one of the newest parts of downtown, this might just be the place for you. As you can see, the surrounding area is really beautiful with a lot of new buildings and greenery, but some may actually appreciate the view from inside this apartment even more. Today we're gonna look at a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 815 square foot apartment on the 14th floor. This goes for around $2,600 per month and has a balcony with an amazing view. So let's check it out. And here right at the entrance you can see that there's nice dark wood floors with an off-white coloring walls. Even without any windows in the hallway, it's pretty well lit, which I appreciate. And the first room we're going to look at is actually the bathroom. Pretty standard, doesn't look too much different from what other apartments in Seattle have. I do appreciate that they do give you plenty of space underneath the sink to store stuff, but otherwise not too much to say about it. It's good that it includes a bathtub because some apartments don't include that as well, but overall pretty standard. I do like the tile flooring though. For me, if you get that wet, you really don't have to worry about that, so definitely something that I appreciate in this bathroom. Turning around, we're gonna check out a closet that's near the entrance as well, just right across from the bathroom. It's not the biggest closet in the world, it can't store too much, but it is kind of nice to know that you could store your coats in here and maybe a couple travel bags or so. Although the rack itself doesn't look the most sturdy, but I have the same type in my apartment and it works pretty well. And moving on over, we're gonna go check out the bedroom first. The bedroom is big enough to support a queen size bed or even a king size bed if you really want to cram it in there, but otherwise plenty of space for a queen size bed and maybe even a couch or something else in there. It has a nice window with a great view of the Day 1 building, so you could go ahead and wave at your fellow Amazon workers if you're an employee. But I do like this because it's facing the east side. You'll get plenty of morning sun. That is when the Day 1 building isn't blocking the light. But here you can see that there is plenty of sun in the room right now. It lights it up and there's no lights on in the room, so you have plenty of natural lighting in here. In your bedroom, the closet is much larger, thank God, so you have a little bit more space to actually store everything that you need. And the floors are carpeted in this room, which is something I don't typically like, but I'll give it a pass because this is the only carpeted space. And my favorite part is actually the view, which you could see Queen Anne and parts of downtown. If you look down, you can see the Amazon spheres, but we'll get more to the view later. One thing I like about this place is it flows really well. I like how it's facing the east side, so it gets plenty of sunlight, and the living room itself has both a north and east facing windows, which also gives it plenty of sunlight, even during the winter when it is sunny. But you also have the north facing side, so you won't get any harsh sun in the middle of the day, which I guess could be kind of nice if that's something that you're into. The kitchen itself is pretty large. You get an island, which I think is great. It extends the kitchen out quite a bit. And you also get a pretty good view looking out from the kitchen. So while you're chopping those onions, you might just be crying tears of joy. And as you can see, there's plenty of counter space. It is an electric stove, which if you've seen my previous videos, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'll give it a pass because I do like all the space that they give and just how bright the kitchen seems. Because once again, there's no lights on in this place. It's also kind of a neat touch to have a cabinet that you could see through. I think that's great if you have spices or if you have a friend over who's cooking with you, they could easily find what's in there. The refrigerator itself is pretty good. It's a full-size refrigerator. In Seattle, they often give you European style, which is a little bit smaller, so it's nice to see that you get the full thing. You also have a wine chiller. I would never use that. If you really like drinking wine, more power to you. And of course the cabinets themselves are pretty far back, so you have plenty of storage space. Overall, I love the kitchen with the lighting in there. It just looks perfect and it's nice and bright, and honestly, this is one of my favorite kitchens that I've seen in Seattle. My only complaint is that it's an electric stove, but I could look over that because overall I just like the way it looks. And speaking of looks, let's check out that outside view. As you can see all the way to the Olympic Mountains. There's a little bit of snow on them, and on a sunny day like this, it just looks absolutely beautiful. What's even better though is that the place comes with its own balcony, so you can get an even better view and almost a 360 view, more like a 270 view of the Olympic Mountains and downtown. So right now we're looking at Queen Anne, and as I'm panning over, you'll get a good view of downtown Seattle. You don't get the best view of it, but you can still feel like you're a part of it. And honestly, you could spend a lot of time enjoying those 14th floor views, and just the fact that you get all this sun, and it's $2,600, which in many places in Seattle is a lot cheaper than what I've seen, especially downtown. But overall, I actually really like this place. It is a little bit expensive at $2,600, but for Seattle standards, and especially on the 14th floor in downtown, it's a little bit cheaper than other places that I've seen, and I think it's higher quality because you actually get sunlight, you have massive windows, your own balcony, and a kitchen that's actually pretty well lit and has a great layout in my opinion. My only complaint would be that the bedroom floors are carpeted. I like to have non-carpeted floors and just install my own, but honestly, that's my only real complaint with this place. So overall, I like the place. If you're living and working downtown or you work at Amazon, this is probably the perfect spot for you. You get a great view, plenty of sun, and you're right in the action of downtown Seattle. But let me know what you think. I'd love to hear down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also let me know what other places you'd like to see or other apartment tour videos. But I think the next time I'm hoping to do something either in Queen Anne or Capitol Hill, so stay tuned until then. Other than that, I hope you have the great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video.